Class of 2019 Rankings, Rivals 250, State, Position, Team Brandon Smith Nick Lucero /Rivals.com. With 5 commitments in the past week, Penn State is the hottest recruiting team in the nation. 4 of those 5 commitments came from Rivals 250 prospects that were highly coveted by other top programs around the country. Here are the 5 teams that should be put on notice after this recent surge from Penn State. Related, resetting Big Ten. In 2019 cycle, Smith discusses Penn State commitment. Not only was Michigan one of the top contenders for Rivals 100 defensive end, outside linebacker Brandon Smith, the Wolverines are going up against Penn State for a number of other major targets. Rivals 100 defensive back Louisini, Rivals 250 offensive lineman Xavier Truss and big-time linebacker Lance Dixon are considering both schools, but the Nittany Lions are generally considered to be in better position than the Wolverines for each of these recruits. Michigan has a top 10 recruiting class and Penn State is just outside of the top 10, but the Wolverines better take a look in their rearview mirror. The Buckeyes were hoping to sign 5-star running back Devin Ford and Smith, but Penn State survived both of those tough battles to beat Ohio State for both commitments. Ohio State fumbled Ford's recruitment by taking a commitment from athlete Steele Chambers, but Urban Meyer's program was flat-out beaten by the Nittany Lions for Smith. Ohio State offered Penn State quarterback commit Taquan Roberson, but it seems like Roberson is still solid. Penn State has its sights set on luring 5-star defensive end Zach Harrison out of Ohio, and the Buckeyes should not take the Nittany Lions lightly. The Tigers took it on the chin with this recent run by Penn State. Smith was a major Clemson target even though the Tigers seemed to fall behind a couple months ago. The same thing occurred with Rivals 250 defensive back Tyler Rudolph, who visited Clemson for its spring game. Clemson has a top 5 recruiting class and 4 more commitments than Penn State at this time, but that number could be getting smaller soon. Rivals 250 athlete Cameron Kelly, who is scheduled to commit on June 8, is a major target for both Penn State and Clemson, but it seems like the winds are blowing towards Penn State here. Why are the Seminoles on this list? Because the Noles have been coming into the Mid-Atlantic for years to pick and choose the players they want, but so far this year they don't have a single commitment from any player north of North Carolina. Going back to the 2014 class, Florida State has signed 19 players from states north of North Carolina. The Noles were really contenders for Smith, but that interest faded. With a top 5 recruiting class, Florida State should keep an eye on Penn State as they climb up the rankings. In recent years, Penn State has gone into Virginia and stolen a few of Virginia Tech's top targets. The latest one was Ford, but last year the Hokies prioritized running back Ricky Slade and offensive lineman Nana Sidhu. Both Slade and Sidhu will be freshmen at Penn State this fall. The year before those two, Penn State signed Rivals 250 prospects Yetur Gross-Matos and Ellis Brooks. Keep an eye on 4-star DeMarco Hellams out of Maryland in the 2019 class. Virginia Tech and Penn State are both that are near the top of his list.